Hello, how's everyone doing today? Well, hey, welcome to Al Stock Trades. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your guys' weekend. Happy Saturday. Yeah, so the title of this video is pretty self-explanatory. You might ask, Al, why are you even talking about this? Why? Well, I think that we can maybe potentially draw a parallel to this if we were to draw a graph between the Reddit drama and the stock price and ultimately put in call ratio. And then if we were to stretch that out with all the other stocks on the internet, all the other stocks with retail sentiment, I really believe, even though I don't have data to support it, even though we kind of do from last time the stock went down to 72 cents, I think it'll look something like this. So whenever you have a lot of fear, the people equals fear, it means that there's a lot of puts, right? But overall, when people are very fearful, it usually signifies the stock price is going down because that's what they know. And that's what they don't know nothing about fundamentals. They don't know nothing about macro cycles and all that stuff. So they just look at stock price because it's just so easy to understand. It's a number, right? And it's surface level meaning. And when you get like oversold RSI, things are below intrinsic value and people just get really, crappy, right? And, if we were to, we talk about oversold on the below RSI. How are you doing, Rick? Rick Ross. Just kidding. If we will go ahead and take a look at Clove here, the RSI recently hit really low levels, right? RSI literally was oversold and it kind of follows. And again, I didn't write this article like yesterday. I wrote it back in November 15th. So, and I mean, this is like known information. Sometimes, just, maybe new to you because, you're on your pathway and journey of learning the market. Hey, yo, how are you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Hey, I'm doing pretty well. I just got that weird sore throat just for one day, and I think I maybe have ate something that was pretty salty. I'm trying to figure out what the hell I ate, but yeah. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm bench pressing, I'm lifting, and I feel great, man. I'm just like lifting some heavy weights and drinking protein and being a man, like getting that man on, I'm not shirtless today, but I can take it off if you guys want. I'm just kidding. I just find that the goalpost is moving further away. Certainly is. I mean, I feel that too, man. You need more alkaline food. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna Google what that means. I think I do. I'm eating probably a lot of acidic food. Yeah. So with this whole oversold RSI, guys, I mean, the stock price is going down, right? And then fear is going up. And just like, for example, like we'll give another example here. COVID happened 2020 down here. You can see, here, let me show you. 2020, right? 2020. And then it was like peak fear. Stocks were dropping. It was a great opportunity for buyers, right? Hello. I think we're in this area now of low RSI, and we were there before. If we were to look at the Reddit page near February 2022, all these areas were low RSI. I really think that we could find some form of a pattern. Now, what is the drama, if you might be asking? So, I wasn't aware of the drama until I have this Clover Health page. A while back ago, there were some mods that were deleting a lot of posts, and I was like, what in the world's going on? So I just created this. And I was like, you know what? There's a lot of people out there that got their, that were deleted and they don't have an opportunity to express themselves. Now, granted, they can, create a new Reddit account, but like when you have a Reddit account, it's your own identity. You know what I mean? It's your own little thing. Like, for example, you have your own karma, this karma thing here. I don't know where my karma is. It's gone. It's gone. It's over. And you have your own identity. So I created this for folks to just, come just talk, right? Just, and there's no moderation. This is the most easiest page for me to moderate because there's no moderation. If things need to be moderated, Reddit can do their job and they can fucking moderate. Excuse my language. Reddit can moderate. Okay. I'm not moderating, right? Which means that anyone can say anything. I mean, you can turn this into the most disgusting page if you want. Have fun. I'm gonna enjoy watching it, right? Um, I'll leave Reddit to moderate their own website, right? I'm not gonna step in and tell you what you're gonna say or not. That's just my philosophy. And also, I just don't have a lot of time. I'm not gonna go ahead and no, I'm sorry, it's not happening. So I was reading this enrollment data, which I love. We have a gentleman named Belize. I don't know if this is you, but I don't think so. But Belize tracks the overall membership growth rate and decline, and this is really good information. I really like to see this information because it's good, right? Um, I was reading about it, and I was like, "Oh, this is great." And then somebody made a comment here. Thanks for this, Sandro. I can't believe I have to come here. Well, thanks to read this factual post. Well, come here. Hey, man, don't talk about my uncensored page like that. You have to come here. It's almost like this is like the, Walmart or something or some 99-cent store place. We sell good products too, but I actually hold on. Let me pause real quick. Uh, in our culture, we say your body may be too hot. Oh, I definitely feel hot. That's true though. My wife only cooks vegetables for me. No meat anymore. Terrible, but I've never been so healthy. You know what? It's funny that you say that because my significant other, future wife, whatever you want to call her, she just made me a big pot of vegetable soup, and I've been eating on that, and I feel a lot better. Honestly, I've been eating zucchinis, squashes, and lots of cool stuff. Actually, let's see if I can take a picture. Right. Here, let's see. Don't tempt the trolls to mess with Clover Health subreddit. Bring it on, trolls. Come on, come on. Stir the pot. Stir the pot. Oh, by the way, hey, Brad, I really appreciate I need to, I don't know if I liked it or not. I appreciate your post regarding the whole political thing. Yeah, you got to get involved politically, man. If you don't, the wrong people are gonna get involved and you're just gonna get terrible terrible outcome. These people are deciding how we practice, how we live, how we rules, and sometimes they don't have the best interest. Um, so he says he said thanks for this, Sandro. I can't believe I have to come here to read this factual post because it gets removed all the time. WTF is going on the main Reddit page? So I was like, huh? What do you mean? And then thank you. The main sub is definitely in a very sad state right now. I hope it passes quickly. Sandro is pretty well respected, in the community. He posts some pretty good stuff. So I'm like, what's going on here? I'm mostly going to just stay away until such a time as Rainey is no longer mod. I was like, well, I know Rainey. He's been pretty active recently. I was like, oh, okay. Guess it's not a bad idea to post here in the meantime. Yeah, I mean, you could post here whenever you want. And I hope you don't leave. You could post on both. I post on both because there's some people here that have been blocked that don't get access. I mean, they can like go on like incognito, or I honestly don't know how Reddit works that well. They can make a new account or something, but share the love, right? So I agree, subbed to this one as well. Thanks for Alstocks for starting it and running it all this time. I'm gonna be honest with you. To the noon, I have been running crap. I don't run anything here, right? You guys run it. I don't run anything. For all the trolls that want to come, dude, please troll on. Sometimes on my study breaks, I really, give me something to laugh about. I want you to do your best, do your worst, do your best. Make me laugh. Okay. So, okay. So that, I don't know. It's just casual flow clove and small position. I posted the slightest negative comment in the main sub and got banned by the rainy guy a few days ago. It's crazy how much of an echo chamber. Yeah, we want to. That's why when I make my videos, they're not pre-recorded. They're not like scripted. They're live. Right? This is a live. You can comment. You could say whatever you want. So I'll keep it open like this. It's just nice to have a good dialogue and an active discussion. You know what I mean? So yeah, we need your post, dude. Only reason I even look at the main sub. Yeah, so obviously, there's some stuff here, and I do, I kind of resonate, and I say, exactly, this is a free speech. You can talk about how much you hate the company, how much, like, whatever, just no illegal stuff. But I think Reddit will take care of that. I'm not gonna, in fact, I don't even know why Reddit's even showing me these things where I have to approve them. I think they're already approved automatically. I think this is silly. I should probably unimprove my post, remove my post, mod myself. Um, and then somebody, wait, oh, sorry. Again, I don't know how to use Reddit, you guys. So, yeah, somebody posted, F, F Rainy, right? And then somebody was like, and then Reddit flagged it, and said, it's promoting hate. I said, you know what, man, if Reddit, if you want to get involved, you can get involved. Let the hunger, and I commented, I said, let the Hunger Games begin. There's no banning here. Let's turn this into a, a crapshoot, right? And it's as we wait for the fundamentals to play out, let's have some fun, right? Because and the reason why I'm saying this is I really think we're at this fear level. I really think we're at this fear level, and it almost signifies a bottoming process or a continuation to a lower side to a potential bottoming process. I really think we are getting, there's a reason why I'm making this video. We're not just all talking drama here. This is not a drama YouTube channel, right? We like to focus on data and analysis. So you could kind of call this a psychological analysis. We'll just have some fun a little bit, laugh at people. But ultimately, I really think we're bottoming out here, guys. Whenever you start seeing humans and just people act like this, because let's face it, right now, if all of these people here were multimillionaires right now, they wouldn't be acting like this, right? They wouldn't be talking like this. So the emotions are high. People are just annoyed, and I don't blame you. The company's not doing well in terms of its stock price, but I think fundamentally it is doing well. I think they cut off their non-insurance side, they cut off their cash burning side. Again, I'm not going to reiterate what I've been saying, so you guys can watch my old videos here. I'm just focusing on this. So anywho, we got this, and then here's the mod posts regarding what's going on. So more mods, people commented and they said, hey, there's been some disagreements with Rainey, and ultimately, there's been some disagreements. And personally, I'm a bit more relaxed, and it's true. I definitely think this gentleman is definitely relaxed. I've had some great encounters with him, and yeah, I've had some great encounters with Rainey. So there's been some disagreement, but again, I'm focusing on this because I really enjoy this disagreement and this chaos, because it really shows me that we may be at this kind of fearing phase right now. It's the stock goes under $1, reverse split, all these discussions are popping back up. So I think this is a really great time to look at this pattern, and potentially this could be it, given that they are reducing the probability of bankruptcy is low given this. And again, this is not financial advice. This is just my, me stating opinions. There's also other stuff on the background that I've seen. I'm not going to disclose because that just means I have to, show personal messages and whatnot, which I'm not going to do. That's not me. But overall, yeah, this comment was so funny. Some guy started talking here, and I like, he explained himself lower on, but watching the chaos is really funny because I've never been involved in this type of like community before. I usually kind of am a silent guy, like do my, boring companies and keep to myself. But this is, me doing the YouTube thing is quite new. So I think this is pretty interesting, kind of to see all this. This is like a nice shit show, right? And then there's some rules with manipulation and all these more stuff here. Now, interestingly, Rainey ended up creating a new Reddit. He just created a new Reddit, new subreddit, which I am gonna have to say, um, yeah. So he created a new subreddit, and it's yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just weird, So that's kind of what I happened. Just the situation's kind of all messed up here, but for me, what I'm taking out of it is I think we're in this peak fear phase. And we have data to suggest that we are near oversold RSI. You have it here. We just hit oversold RSI. So that we do have data to suggest that we are in a potentially peak fear bottoming out phase of the stock. We are seeing multiple levels of support around 72 cents. And now all that we needed to see is Clover decrease their SG&A, increase their revenues by funding other alternatives without having to increase operational expenditures, continue to decrease MCR. And yeah, I mean, guys, this is pretty it. So let's look at here. It looks like Clover is being pressured to split its stock or it's going to be delisted. Yeah, I mean, it seems that way, honestly. It definitely seems like that. But luckily, other stocks have split before. And at the end of the day, it's a fundamental story. It's all about fundamentals. And there's about 180 days after the next couple days. And within that, there's, if the stock doesn't go up by $1 in 180 days, I think it will. So we'll see. I think the financial conditions now are easing. We're going to have interest rate cuts in the next 6 months, 3, right? At least. And I think the financial conditions are going to be pretty good. But again, we'll see. So split is coming. I think the problem is that trolls or shorts go into Clove and post misinformation just to influence the weak hands. Yeah, but here's the thing, guys. Weak hands to strong hands. At the end of the day, those weak hands, let them be weak and let them, weak out 30 years of hard work labor by working for people that own the means of labor. I mean, that's their life, right? This is the reality. This sounds harsh, but but ultimately institution investors are going to come in, right? And regardless of what retail those we can sell, those institutional investors are going to hold and they're going to kind of keep those shares for the long run. And it's almost like a share buyback if you were to think about it, because it removes shares from the market. Especially once it hits profitability, right? It removes those tradable shares. There's number one. Number two, I think institutional investors are going to increase. We're already starting to see Renaissance Technology double down, Citigroup, and the analysts last earnings call were really, really into the call, right? So glad you're getting engaged with addressing the corporate practice of medicine and the politics of making sure the practice of medicine is between the physician and patient. Thanks for the chat. Yeah, Brad, honestly, I realize, and I'm getting a lot of heat. I get a lot of heat for getting into this arena. And I feel like physicians honestly have done this to themselves. I think like the hierarchy of medicine, is important because like you don't want to kill somebody. You don't want to this is you need to listen to your attending, right? You don't know what you don't know, right? But I feel like this hierarchy, the bad part about it is it really makes the medical student feel like their word is not that weightful. And by the time you become an attending, you got children to feed, you got children to teach, you got children to not get them into trouble and not, you just gotta be careful. Fentanyl's everywhere, and you gotta take care of your family. And then you got health problems, hopefully not, and you deal with a lot when you get older. And then ultimately by then the system is so effed that like just for example with residency is very hard. And the issue here with residency is like by the time like people finish residency, they just want to leave their own residency training program because they just hate the people. I'm just reflecting back from what I've been reading from the residency Reddit page. If you follow here, I do follow it. I do follow the residency here page here. Let me show you. I do follow it. So I do like check up on it and I mean for folks that are interested, I don't really comment on here. I just like listen because again, I'm first generation, so I'm just trying to learn from these people. Maybe like Reddit won't be a good page, but when you have Sirius here, you like to read those and some stuff. So this, if you want to get to learn more about physicians and residency, like I read this one. This is nice. Yeah. So anywho, this is kind of like little side note here, but yeah, it just feels the system is so the system is so broken, man. It's so broken. Jake, there's 180 days to get back into compliance if the price stays below $1. There's plenty of time and space. RS is very unlikely. Exactly. You know, I think what do we have? We have at least, I don't know, like maybe 2 to 3 earnings reports before that, and we have 3 interest rate cuts. I mean, come on, right? I think it's highly unlikely, but if it happens, regardless, it's just a reverse split. It doesn't change the fundamentals. In fact, actually, if the stock goes above $5, more institutional investors will double down. There's some like theory about that, right? And it's true. You know, if stock's over $5, institutional investors, it changes the whole game dynamic. It's just retail investors start crying, right? And again, if you look at retail investors, they're not really the ones you want to emulate, because they're the ones selling at these buying opportunities, right? It's a retail investor. The people is equal to retail investors. That's probably equal sign here. You don't want to follow the people, right? You don't want to follow. You don't want to follow retail investors. And the thing is, a lot of us are composed of retail investors. But again, I show you this data so you can wake up. You know, this is data from 2004, right? You go talk to the normal American, they can't even tell you what they ate last week, right? It's just kind of how we live in society, right? And again, I'm not trying to like be all pompous and non-humbling and whatever. I'm just giving you guys the data. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. That's why I made this channel. I'm sharing you. You know, I'm not some savant or some guy. I'm a guy who understands how to read y-axis and x-axis because I went to school, right? And I'm just trying to teach you guys how to. Obviously, I'm underplaying my knowledge here, but again, it's you don't have to be a rocket scientist to read this graph. Funny thing is that uneducated shorters try to scare uneducated investors at RS to the end. RS does nothing. It's just a math equivalent. Exactly. It's just a math equivalent. And the beautiful part is these are uneducated shorters. You hit it right on the knob from last week's or yesterday's video when I showed a standard deviation bell curve that showed that there's also uneducated shorters by those, you know, if you look at the standard deviation bell curve of performance, you know, these folks are going to lose money, and Clover's entering a danger zone of profitability. We don't know when they're going to hit profitability, but once it does, these shorts are going to have to cover. So you are going to see a huge increase in price, right? And that's just them covering because they themselves, because you have to understand, guys, just like how there's, I'm going to use like really harsh terms here. I don't mean this for you. Just like how there's dumb, uneducated retail investors that buy stocks that they don't know about or sell stocks they don't know about. There's also dumb shorters that short stocks that they don't know about the fundamentals, right? So there are stupid, dumb shorters of stocks that don't know how to read the fundamentals, that don't know what retail, they don't know what revenue means. They don't know what net income means. They don't know what free cash flow means. They don't know what intrinsic value calculation means. And ultimately, those are the dumb ones that are going to end up covering. So it's kind of a good example. You know, if the stock is going to go down, it will, you know, keep going down below $1 without RS. Look at Fisker Car Company. It's 14 cents. Now, interesting, you know, we can look at Fisker, but, you know, what are the sales of Fisker? What is the revenue of Fisker? I think it's like nothing, right? You know, a lot of people are like throwing a bunch of these names, you know, about these, you know, oh, it's going to be like this, it's going to be like that. But if you look at the revenues of these companies, you're like, you know, Clover actually has a pretty consistent form of revenue. And I think one of these amazing individuals posted about the membership. Am I going to find it? Hold on. The enrollment data. And if you look at from, you know, historically, the enrollment data has been, oh, wait a minute. Actually, this is showing New Jersey's numbers. Yeah, so New Jersey is the place for them to be, but I want total. Yeah. So overall total, the numbers have been going down, guys. I'm looking at 76, 75, but all of a sudden recently, and Belize pointed this out on their stock terminal group, membership growth increased a little. So we may, if we were to draw a technical analysis line here within the, you know, simple moving averages, we may be on the pivoting point of Clover slowly starting to creep back up on membership growth. And it's all about retaining members, right? So I do think that we are in a position where we're going to do really well. And it's just a matter of time. And we just need to slowly figure this out. I mean, look at South Carolina and all these members here. I do think just imagine right now, like all the states that they're predominating in, Texas, South Carolina, Pennsylvania. Let's just call it, if South Carolina becomes the next New Jersey, guys, that's a doubling of membership growth right there, right? So I think this is again, guys, this is almost like a startup company. You're getting this at when Uber was at $400 million, right? You're getting these. This is an opportunity because Chamath put this company public for $3.7 million, right? Google bought this company in private at $1.9 billion valuation in 2018, right? This company is currently trading anywhere between $300 to $400 million, guys. I mean, this is really cheap, right? Considering what we're having here. Okay. So, all right. So here's an eye-opening and digestible roundtable workshop at the Federal Trade. You know what? I'm gonna screenshot this. Hold on. I'll screenshot this and put it here. Boom. Gonna just screenshot that. Yeah, I love to listen to just podcasts around it. So I'll take a look at that. I'll search it. Let's see here. That's what I meant. CLOV fundamentally is much better. Exactly, right? Yes. Absolutely. Check out the workshop. Everyone's interested in healthcare. Check it out. Yeah, here it is, guys. If you guys take a screenshot. So yeah, Brad is a physician. I mean, your name. I hope I can say that, right? Because you put your name out there so they can Google your name. He's an emergency medical doctor, one of the faculty members here at our institution. Wonderful, amazing individual. Yeah. So a lot of physicians are. Listen, guys. A lot of physicians. Okay. You don't know how many doctors are actually investors in Clover, right? There's a lot. They didn't tell me to say their names or anything, but I know at least 20 to 25 people that purchased our lifetime access, that are physicians, right? And it's very clear that what Clover's doing is it's not like a dumb AI. What they are doing actionable inferences to make the physician's life and workload easier. It is an infusion of AI, and it's intuitive. And like, I'll give an example. I was on a Reddit page for hospitalists. It just popped up, and the guy was, again, I don't condone this. I don't approve of this, right? But he was copying his workload and he was putting it in ChatGPT 4 for him to organize assessment and plan, create differentials for him. But the problem is it's not HIPAA compliant. So there people were saying Doximity 3.5, it has GPT you can use. But what I'm trying, because the reason why, like, we don't want to, because it's not HIPAA compliant because it's patient information. But he was saying that he takes all patient identifiers out. Regardless, I still think, you need an IRB. Again, I'm a heavy academic researcher, so I'm all about, I have a good connection with the IRB. I'm all about like patient privacy and whatnot, so I take that seriously. But we can learn from this. Physicians are already using ChatGPT 4, whether they admit it or not. Some of them, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them are using it. And what's happening to these folks is their productivity is going through the moon. They're able to see their patients faster. And right now, since like AI is not dominating within this space yet, like Banner, Cerner slowly starting to integrate more AI now. So I assume in about a year or 2 years from now, we're gonna have it for Cerner. But I think that like physicians are already using it, and physicians know what they need help on. And the beautiful part about Clover is it's run by a group of doctors. Okay. It's run by a group of doctors. They know exactly what they need. And they have developers in which say, I need this. Can you do this for me? And the developers are like, you know what? Actually, yes. See, the problem is whenever you go to, like, let's say like a company and you look at like what they're trying to do, if you see a bunch of developers without really any like who are they trying to serve? Doctors. Well, if you see a bunch of developers and there's not really any doctors in the leadership team, you know it's a crock of crap, right? Doctors won't adapt it. And yeah, and they choose their words specifically. Physician enablement. They're assisting the physician. It's not a takeover of the physician, right? It's just helping the physician with his or hers or them's workflow. Very simple. Okay, so I definitely think that we're on a good trajectory. If not, I think we're in an inflection point. Um, because I really think that this whole peak fear with this Reddit drama, I think we should just save the drama for your dad, for your mama. Yeah, so I honestly think that we're in a good position, guys. And I think that, and again, I feel bad for all the people involved and all the, ruffleness, but at the end, they were all adults here. We can all hopefully come back and laugh at all this, but I like this. I like when I see grown ass adults kind of get all roo rabbling here. This is good. This is good. And here's the thing: it works in the opposite too. Whenever you start seeing them roo rabbling about like it's the stock is going to go up, bum, crazy, crazy, that's when you got to start to say, okay, we may be overbought, right? But we're not there yet. We're not even near. We're not there yet, in my opinion, right? So I hope this was helpful. I hope this was kind of a nice insight on kind of my thoughts on the matter. Again, I'm not really invested in the drama. I don't care. I have better things to do. I'm just taking it as a data point. You know, you kind of always have to kind of put your goal on the what's the ultimate prize here? What's the ultimate goal, right? So I think this Clover is definitely a lagger, but I think Andrew Toy, he seems like a more focused Toy now. He realized that he's in the big leads now, and he even admitted it. He said, we're a mature company now. We're maturing on Wall Street. We just essentially that's him saying, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Okay, I got it now. I understand the assignment. Let me show you. So, I think we're good. Mad Max, how are you doing? Well, yeah, guys. So that's all I have for you. Hopefully, this was helpful. And for folks that haven't, just as a reminder, checked out our book. We have an Audible book now. So if you type in my name, Albert Allen, or look down in the links below, there should be uh some books on Amazon. And yeah, so definitely take advantage of those books. All profit proceeds are donated to charity. The specific charity is the Global Neurosurgical Alliance. It's an established 501c3 official. And we help people from all around the world do scientific research and publish. And about 72% of our authors are women in neurosurgery. And these women are graduated top of their class. These women are freaking smart. And about 66.7% of the leadership team are women. So I'm very excited about the work we're doing. We're really enabling people. And for all of fathers that are watching this channel with daughters, don't you want a world where it's equal? I think that's what we're doing. And these women have better grades. And honestly, I think they're smarter than me, which is just amazing to see. Just amazing. So I think they're more hardworking than me, and they're smarter than me. So I want to give them the opportunity. So I've appointed them as division heads around the world. So it's good. It's good. Oh my God, just downloaded. Yeah, oh my God, just downloaded the Audible now. Speaking, actually, let me go ahead and do this. Speaking of which, you just reminded me. So let me go on Amazon now. Let me remove the share screen here because I'm going to use the audio. Okay. And if you guys can, please review the book. Please review the book. It would be it'll really mean a lot if you guys can review the book. We have Amazon contacted me and they said that your book was attacked by a lot of negative reviews that were fake. And I don't know, they knew they were fake because they just created the account and they didn't even read the book. So take advantage. For some reason, just people, maybe it's the short sellers, right? But I laugh, right? 'Cause I don't know who they are. But if you go to the audiobook here, I'm going to read you a sample. So this is not my voice. I hired this amazing narrator by the name of Mr. Roger Arnold. Let me right? Roger Arnold is definitely amazing guy. So here's the audiobook sample. Let me show you.
Insights from the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett. When Warren Buffett first stumbled upon this book in 1950, he was barely out of his teens. Yet, even then, its profound wisdom left an indelible mark on him. Buffett considered it the best investment guide, and decades later, his opinion remains unchanged. Successful investing doesn't necessitate extraordinary intelligence, rare business acumen, or insider secrets. The real secret lies in having a robust decision-making framework, coupled with the emotional discipline to stick to it.
To stick to it. Oh my God. He like, I wrote it, but it's just him reading it. I don't know. I just like him. He's just like the grandpa that you want to listen to go to sleep, right? I like it. He's just so emotional in what he says. He's just so good. I'm going to hire him for the other books. So yeah, guys, take advantage of this. Again, all profit proceeds are going to charity. I'm not taking $1. And right. So, you guys can go on my Twitter on my Twitter for medicine, my medical school, like Twitter, medical Twitter here, and you can see kind of the research is kind of like what I've been doing. So you guys can see, the expansion. We have this, we have this expansion here on the Twitter. You can see kind of what we've been doing on the nonprofit. So all the profit proceeds go to charity. And it feels good. It really feels good to help, guys. It feels good to help. We're doing God's work here. These are the people that you're helping. So, and the cool part is you get freaking good books. So, anyhow, yeah, it's like I'm helping people with financial literacy, learning about these things, and then helping people do research. And man, I'm telling you, I'm living life. The best thing of life is helping people, because at the end of the day, no matter how much money you have, you're going to go in the ground in the same, kind of morbid, but you're going to go in the ground the same way as like a rich person goes in the ground. Steve Jobs said it best on his dying deathbed when he was sadly undergoing treatment, I think, for pancreatic cancer, which is one of the most deadliest tumors. I pray for all people suffering from that. Hopefully research can find a cure. He said that, Steve Jobs, all the billions that I have, the money that I have, I realize all the awards and all this other stuff means nothing. None of that will give me an extra minute, an hour onto the death sentence I have. Regardless if it's a $10 watch or an expensive watch, it ultimately tells you the same time. So that's kind of like my thoughts on the matter. I honestly think the reason why I'm successful and I've done so much in my life is because I put God first. And that I think the reason why God has given me so much money and just so much like opportunity is I feel like I use the money to service people. For me, it's like, how can I increase my money to be able to help more people? That's literally how I think, right? And I used to think that this is how other people think, but unfortunately, I realize now I get older, and just like Andrew Torrey's Clover Company, more mature, I realize some people's incentives are just to keep the money for themselves for some reason. But it's so good to give back, so that's kind of what we do here. Shan, I really like that post. That was a really good post. Sorry about my dogs. How is anyone harder working than you, Al? You have a YouTube channel, book author, nonprofit company, and studying to be a brain surgeon. Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing, guys. I live in the best country in the world where I don't have to worry about bombs coming over my head, because there's people called the military that have scared the bejesus out of the evil people out there in the world that make this country livable and inhabitable for me to be creative, to do these creative things. But there's these women out there that live in war-stricken countries, right? They're taking care of their loved ones. They're trying to go to school without stepping on a bomb or getting attacked, or so I mean, it's a different type of hard, right? And I know that if these women that I've nominated to be division heads, if they were in my position, I guarantee you they'll do more than me, right? So the best thing in life is helping people. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, I have a really weak vagal response, dude. If I like laugh hard, I pass out. So that's my only problem with like me laughing so hard. I laugh to I pass out. But Brandon, I love you, Brandon. But Brandon, please don't go away. Please don't go away. I want you to stay here. Oh man, thank you, man. I needed that. He said life is fragile. It was a commencement speech. Yeah, he said life is fragile. That's so true. So true. God gives everyone the opportunity and leaves us with the choices to take it. I really believe that. I really do. I really do. Yeah. Hey, Brandon, I know, right? Everyone clap hands for Brandon. That was perfect. I was getting so serious. I was getting so into this talk. And this guy comes on and he says, the best thing in life is helping people lose a lot of money. Oh, the 176th grade. Yeah, dude, I love Brandon. Brandon, I love you, Brandon. Right? Let's go, Brandon. Oh my God. Okay, guys. Well, that was great. All right. Well, now I'm going to go back to studying. I really appreciate that. Thank you, guys. The ones, I know, for people that know, they know what's 176 gang on. Go check level 2 for the past week, and you'll see a bunch of 176s. All right, folks. I will see you on the next one. God bless each and every one of you, and stay safe and humble.